fight just the way that I know that the love is gone. It takes so long to get back home. Cause I know we gotta fight just the way that I know that the love is gone. Cause I know we gotta fight just the way that I know that the love is gone. It takes so long to get back home. Cause I know we gotta fight just the way that I know that the love is gone. It takes so long to get back home.
What's good, everybody? Happy Saturday. First things first, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I did test the audio before I hopped on, but yeah, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Big shout out to everybody who did tap in even before the stream started. Big shout out to Bilbo. Big shout out to Rich Mitch. He had an awesome stream earlier, and he's been doing gaming streams as well. So y'all tap in with him if you like games. I think he's live streaming Skyrim right now. So I've been tapping into that. Hope you're doing good, Bishop. So yeah, busy day for me today. Steady day, not too busy, but woke up, got a haircut, took the kiddo to the pool. Then I got cleaned up and then got everything situated for the stream. I am very excited about today's stream. I get excited before every single stream, honestly, but I am excited about this stream. We do have a special guest, someone that has not appeared on my channel before, so it's an absolute honor. One of the people that I do have correspondence with outside of this fragrance thing. We have a group chat going. For those of y'all that are not aware, the topic of the stream today is going to be cheap summer fragrances. So we'll define what a cheapie even is, where we generally go to acquire those cheapies, and then just in general what some of our favorite cheapies are. But I'm not going to hold y'all here too long tonight. I want to honor the guest's time because he is backstage right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks, Bilbo. Just shake your head if you're ready. Cool. Yeah, we're good to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the stage, the one, the only, Bobby, a.k.a. Twilly's 2 Cents. Everybody in the chat, welcome him to the panel. How you doing, brother?
Up, man? I'm good. Can you hear me?
Hell yeah, I can hear you, man.
All right, cool.
I'm super stoked we're able to make this happen.
Set up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
are you trying to get Are you trying to get your AirPods going, or what are you trying to do?
Oh, no. We good.
Okay.
I was just, I actually just sat down because I was trying to hurry up and get up in here. So, I just like sat down probably like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate this. Yeah, I can hear you. The logistics of getting guests and working with their schedule. For me, my schedule was wide open. I have the house. It's just me and my son. My wife's in Dallas. So yeah, I kind of had the house to myself. So my schedule was pretty open. But I remember, yeah. I remember you were saying, yeah, you had to take the kiddos home, or you had to pick them up, or you had to do something earlier.
Drove them up at GG's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, man. So the topic of the stream is going to be cheap summer fragrances. And hell, I didn't even know that Dedrick was going live. I would have switched the time had I known Dedrick was live right now. But
is it what he did 6:32, or did he?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just looking at my feed. Apparently, he's live right now too. But we're gonna keep it trucking. Shout out to Boz. Hey, really do appreciate you popping in, brother. Yeah, I do reach out to a few people before I start these streams. A lot of people had stuff going on. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I mean that is understandable. But yeah, man, yeah. I wanted to make it a point to go live more, and I didn't go live last weekend. Have you ever went live on your channel?
Never went live on there. I had always thought about it, but Man, I'm pretty sure you know the content on my channel has been pretty slow. Like I just uploaded a video yesterday, and it's been a while, so it's kind of like far in between because I already work at night, and then I have my baby girl in the daytime. So with that, trying to get some sleep, and then trying to coordinate and make videos, editing, it's just a lot. So
man, I'm
I
right
try
there.
to get some done when I can.
I'm right there with you, man. And everybody, I'm gonna try to find your channel so I can post it in the link. So you know how I plan for these things, and then the stuff that I ended up pulling up, it's not showing up. So I'm gonna have to reopen a couple windows. But while we're doing that, I can multitask. How about we kind of, because I grabbed 10, and I assumed you grabbed about 10 as well.
Let's see. Yeah, I got 10.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess we can kind of just let the kind of, in our opinion, define what we think a cheapie is. Because I think even when we were texting back and forth, me and you had different ideas initially as to what a cheapie even constituted. Right. Now, yeah. So in your opinion, what constitutes as a cheapie? It doesn't have to be in line with what I think a cheapie is either.
For me, a cheapie at this moment, like I was saying yesterday, it's like anything up under $100 basically because of inflation. So we all been probably hearing that you hear this company put out a memo, that company put out a memo that they're gonna start raising prices. I even think Latafa had put out a memo at one point in time saying that they were going to raise their prices. So given that, I would say that like cheapies now, I give it about 80 and under.
Yeah. And I think, and I'm kind of in the mindset, like, you know, a cheapie is going to mean different things for different people. Like for some people, you know, $20 to $30 is a cheapie. I kind of put it anything under about 65 or less is a cheapie. And that's kind of what I kind of conceptualized in terms of kind of how I wanted to present it today. Let me just go real quick to your channel. I'm gonna go ahead, everybody. I'm gonna post his channel in the chat. So if y'all are not subbed to at least 2 cents, go ahead and do yourself a favor and sub to his channel. I don't know if you were there for that part of the live stream where I said that double review, that collaboration that we had did of Just Bergamot from Paris Corner. That's my second highest viewed video on my channel. So Middle Eastern fragrances, people definitely have a proclivity towards and to get, because you're able to get, and essentially, you know what I mean, scent profiles that are similar in a lot of ways to more expensive stuff. And a couple of my choices did reflect that and stuff that I chose as well.
Exactly. And I also think at around that time, because I was really into the Le Labo line when that fragrance came out. So Bergamot 22 was one that I always wanted to get, but of course that Bergamot 22 price tag was something that I wasn't willing to pay at that moment in time. So that was kind of like the perfect fragrance for that time. Was it also summer or spring as well when that video came out?
It was summer or spring, and I do remember because Le Labo is another brand that fascinates me, but Le Labo kind of has a higher price tag, and a lot of their fragrances, they don't necessarily last too long. So it's hard for me to justify picking up that fragrance. Although there is one that I got my eye on that if I find, I'm going to scoop up. But, and I do believe that when I picked that fragrance up, it had just came out. Not too many people had even heard about it. So the fact that somebody in my network had the same fragrance, I was like, this is perfect. This is what we need to collaborate on, because not a lot of people know about this fragrance right now.
And you made a great point too, as far as like the price justifying like the freshy type fragrances, which when I said yesterday, like when I look at my collection, it's a bunch of, thick, richer type of fragrances that's more catered towards fall and winter. It's because I feel like for me personally, that's where I get the greatest use of my money that's spent, because those are the fragrances that tend to last longer. You get, more oomph out of them. Because I have some fragrances right here that I'm gonna talk about that are, dupes of some higher ends, and it feeds right into that point. So
yeah. So, and I'm in Texas, so for me, summer fragrances, warm weather fragrances are going to be at the centerpiece of my collection. And I did start my channel on the premise of, you don't have to break the bank to smell great. There's a lot of great fragrances that aren't going to cost a ton. As my tastes are starting to change and as my collection is growing, I'm buying less and less cheapies and I'm looking more into niche. So when I reached out to you, I was like, man, I don't know if Bobby has a bunch of cheapies, because I do know you've been leaning more towards the niche, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I first started out, I was really getting the cheapies and trying to basically have like some content for the channel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Somebody said Aventus Cologne is a great cheapie, but I wouldn't say that that's a cheapie.
I mean, I have some good prices for it, but as far as a cheapie, yeah, I wouldn't say that one.
Yeah.
But
Now, what were you saying? Sorry to interrupt you.
it's kind of threw me off. What were we talking about?
I don't even recall. Yeah. It's all good, brother. So, all right, let's switch gears. Okay, so we kind of defined as to what a cheapie is. Now, I guess kind of let everybody know in terms of where do you personally look for, like, what are your vendors when you're shopping around for a cheapie?
I think with cheapies, you always have to have. Well, for me, I always have Latafa at the forefront. Alexandria fragrances. And I think it's just those two to start with. Like
Are you
outside of that, and I start to get into some different houses and stuff like that.
are you shopping at like Fragrance by the discounters, or are you going on to like Macari and eBay, or where are you generally like scooping these up?
The majority of my fragrance purchases will be from Fragrance by Fragrance Net, because man, that 37 and 40% discount that you can get sometimes is great. But cheapest, yeah, between those two.
Yeah. So me personally, and it really is a risk a lot of times, but I would say about 80% of my purchases these days are from Mercari. So I know there's a lot of times you can find fragrances that are going to be a little bit more even on the discounters, but you can find them on Mercari for a lot cheaper. You take the risk sometimes because you don't know what you're going to get when you get it in the mail.
Right.
And I have got before, but a couple of these, I preface with that because a couple of these, if you go to the discounters, it's going to say it's $80 to $100. But if you go on Mercari, you can find them $30 to $60. So I do want to preface with that. Don't be scared of Mercari. It is a great place to buy fragrances. You just have to do your due diligence with the sellers.
It is, and I actually didn't know Macari was actually like that until I actually started selling on there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were on there. I ran into you about that Zaharoff, which is crazy because I was looking. Zaharoff is in one of my search things because the Zaharoff's a great brand. So I was like looking and I saw that, and it was at a good price, man. But I had literally just bought Blue Seraphim, or Seraphim Blue. So I was like, man, I can't do that to my pocketbook right now. But that Royal X, I do have a decant coming.
Because I think as soon as I was like, hey, I'll take it down for you if you need me to, and then it's like somebody, I went back to check, it was already gone. So
yeah, I need to get on Macari more on the sellers end because I do have fragrances that I don't wear as much. That I just want to make space for some other stuff, man. There's no point in just stuff collecting dust. But I don't want to hold you here too long, man. I want to be respectful of your time. So we're already 15 minutes in. These live streams fly by. But go ahead and just kind of show us the first one that you think rocks well for summer.
Man, I think this is a great staple to have if you're looking for cheapest, and especially some for the summertime, is Versace Mano Fresh.
Shout out to Wifey.
What I really like about this one right here is that for a designer fragrance, you're going to get something that you don't really find in a lot of other fragrances, with the kumquat and the star fruit that you have up there. So
the name of that fruit is what, Parabola or Carabola or something?
I have no idea. But have
Hey,
you ever had starfruit before?
yeah, I have Versace Mano Fresh. I think Starfruit is I haven't had the actual fruit, no,
Yeah.
but it's in this from what my understanding is.
If you can't find starfruit, try it because it's like I would say a watery kind of a fruit, if that makes sense. And
Okay.
it would once you smell this and you experience the fruit as well, you can definitely see the correlation between the two. So I mean,
Yeah.
this one right here
So
is great. You do have to
it's a
spray it
great
like
one.
a million times, but yeah, fantastic
Yeah.
work.
So I normally I do like the video and then I do a live stream, same theme. This time I did it backwards, and I wasn't gonna feature this one on there, but just because there's 10 other fragrances that I'd rather feature, and everyone knows Versace Mano Fresh, but this one, man, look at this dent, man. It's genuinely one of my most
Yeah.
worn cheapies, man. It's like the one I grab and go when I'm going to the gym. It's just like it just works,
Hmm.
man. Excellent
Awesome.
fragrance. Nice, musky. It's not overly fruity. It does kind of have a watery, aquatic vibe, but not
Hmm.
in the traditional, conventional sense that you would think of a aquatic. Excellent fragrance. So I agree, and I think it's only going to run you what $35 to $50 probably.
If that much now, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you can probably find one cheaper than that.
yeah. A lot of people do like Mont Blanc. I'm not overly impressed with the house. So I had Mont Blanc Individual. I gave
Hmm.
that one to my dad just because growing up, he always wore Jupe, and I was like, you can go ahead and upgrade to Individual. And then I
Yeah.
have the one that kind of smells like this one, which is uh, it's the one that Tyler from Simply Fragrances always wears. Star Walker. Yeah. So in case you don't know, Boz, Star Walker and this one here, Versace Mano Fresh, they kind of smell similar in a sense. You smelled Star Walker, right?
Not the original. I got the one in the black bottle, but I haven't smelled the original though.
Yeah. So the original kind of smells like this one a little bit. So if you have this one, you don't need the other one, in my opinion. All right. So I'm gonna throw one out there. This one here comes from a car manufacturer. Um, some people, if you haven't smelt fragrances from a car manufacturer, you could think like, oh, it's going to be a crappy fragrance. There's no way it's going to be good. This one's actually one of the first fragrances, if not the first fragrance I ever featured on the channel. When I purchased it, you could get a bottle for like $30 to $40, and I did say to check Macari because I didn't want to show fragrances that now cost $80 to $100, but when you got it, it was a
Hmm.
cheapie. There is a bottle of this one on Mercari right now for $35. So if someone in the chat does not get it tonight, I'm probably going to get it. But this one is from Mercedes-Benz, and this one is Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Have you smelt this one, Bobby?
No, I have not. The only Mercedes that I have smelled is the Extreme
Cl-
Mercedes. Yeah, that one.
Have you smelt Club Black? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the Vanilla Bomb. Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
one.
What do you think about that one, the Club Black one?
It's cool, but I think I came around to it at the wrong time because I had experienced some other vanilla fragrances that kind of
Mm,
edged that one out.
so it
So it's
didn't
been
hit the
sitting
same.
there
Yeah.
too. So that one may end up on my car. You never know.
Yeah. I have that one as well. So this one here, man, it's Dior Homme Cologne essentially.
Okay.
So if you have Dior Homme Cologne, you don't need this one, but this one smells just like Dior Homme Cologne. Absolutely love this one. Again, one of the first fragrances I featured on the channel. I don't spray it as heavy because I have a couple other fragrances that smell similar. And when I
Hmm.
was talking about fragrances that from Le Labo that I want to get, there's one called Cedrot 37. Apparently it was a limited release. I wasn't even aware. Somebody sent me a decant a while back. I wasn't aware it was that exclusive, but the bottles are
Yeah.
like $300-400 right now, but it smells even better than Dior Homme Cologne. I don't know if it has sandalwood or what they put in the base, but there's just something that like sticks on there very nicely. But
Yeah.
this one here, you smell Dior Homme Cologne, right? It's like super citrusy. They say the ice lemonade type vibe.
Yeah, and I got that Cedrat sitting somewhere around here too. Not the full bottle, but the sample as well.
That's Cedrot
So,
37.
hmm
You like it?
yeah, but I think with Mancera Cedrat Boise, it's kind of like what for what.
Oh, Because you
To
have the
me, in
Mancera
my
Cedroc Boise.
yeah,
I didn't find it as similar to Cedroc Boise.
the well, I guess I would probably say I prefer the Cedroc Boise over the Cedroc from Le Labo.
Like you would wear it in the same
But
occasion.
it is great. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
it's like if you have one, you don't need the other.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this one's a good one. So I was looking online. It's about $80 right now if you want a full bottle. And then some vendors, some discounters aren't carrying it, but I did find one on Macari for like $35. So if this is a fragrance that you like, maybe check it out, because I think that's a great price. $35 for this is 4 ounces. So
Yeah,
very
it's not
good
bad. It
performance.
lasts forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good performance. Yeah. Okay. So I'll let you shoot with the next one. We're going rapid speed tonight.
Hey, no problem, no problem. So the next one I got is Gentlemen Only, Givenchy. And the special thing about this one is, even though it has like a note of incense in it, it's still, to me, something that's good for the summertime. It's not going to be like cloying or whatever and like overly sweet. And this one it can be worn with a white tee, but it's going to give you a bit more presence, a bit more elegance to it. So have you ever smelled this one?
No, it's Givenchy Gentleman, but just the original 2017 or what?
Gentlemen Only. So you
Gentleman
still should be able to find this one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what the notes are. I'm pulling them up on Fragrantica right now. Although,
yeah, you'll get some incense, mandarin,
okay,
classic smelling
incense, huh?
fragrance.
But it's not overly incense, like too much for the summer.
Mm-hmm. No, it's perfect for the summertime, and perfect for the office as well.
And it's not discontinued. You can go to Macy's and pick that one up.
As far as Macy's, I'm not sure, because this one I did get from, I think it may have been Fragrance Net that I got this one from.
Okay.
But I have seen this one in Sephora, but I don't know if they still carry it though.
Let's see if I can get this pulled up. Sometimes the stream starts lagging when I try to share screen, but I want to pull up the notes for everybody, because I've never smelt it, so I'm kind of interested to see what's going on with it.
Dedrick may have this one. I'm not sure. I think he does have this one though.
Man, Dedrick put me on so many fragrances. He's the one that kind of put that Royal X on my radar, because he said it smelled like Dior Homme 2020. So the notes are right here. That's accurate. Yeah, I see the incense, birch leaf, pink pepper, mandarin. Yeah, so you know this fragrance.
Yeah, as far as designer, man, this one actually sticks out from a lot of them too.
It's pretty vetiver heavy, or it's subtle in there?
You're gonna get more of that cedar and patchouli over there, vetiver.
Okay. Cool, man.
Like I said,
I like that.
I know it sounds weird for summer.
Yeah.
But trust me, it works.
So yeah, man, I'll match you Givenchy, and then I'll raise you Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. You smelled this one?
I have only in passing though, so I can't like really recall like what the fragrance, everything that goes into it.
I love this one, man. This is another one that you can see I knocked a pretty healthy dent into it. I didn't know if I was gonna like it, because it's an iris fragrance, and iris isn't something that you would traditionally. I mean, you could wear a fragrance whenever and wherever, but usually iris is something that you kind of wear once it starts getting a little colder. But this one here, it's iris, but it's iris meets Italian cologne, like something from Acqua di Parma. So chock full of like citruses, but iris as well. It's a beautiful fragrance, man. Especially, it's like, doesn't smell like it's discontinued. It's not going to smell like anything at Macy's. It's my favorite out of the Givenchy line, with the EDP being this my second favorite. I do like the EDP more than Reserve Privé, although I understand Reserve Privé is going to be most people's favorite out of that line. But yeah, man, this is definitely one of my favorite summer fragrances for sure, hands down. In terms of the notes, I'll kind of paint the picture for you real quick. So I feel like, are you using your iPhone to stream, or did you hop on your laptop, or
I'm on the iPhone.
your iPhone? Yeah, I'm using my laptop, man. I feel like I needed a new laptop because it goes so slow. And I mean, I have a MacBook, but I got it like in 2013.
Yeah, I figured this would be the
Yeah,
easiest way to jump on instead of like playing with all the other stuff.
yeah, yeah. It's a little bit different when you're the host, because you gotta.
Yeah, you got
So
mess with the computers, the background, all this stuff.
yeah. Um, Someone said gentlemen only is discontinued. I wasn't sure.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Might not be a
So
cheapie
if
anymore.
you can find it out, if you can find it out there somewhere, go ahead and grab it.
Yeah.
Maybe I need
Yeah,
to
that's why.
leave this juice up here. So
Oh yeah, because you got a full bottle essentially. Is that your first bottle of it, or you wore it?
yep, first bottle. But I won it probably
Okay.
like a good 3 or 4 times though.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, I like the house of Givenchy. So yeah, we were supposed to have another guest on. I'm not sure if you know the channel, and man, I was really hoping to get him because not a lot of people probably from the like. So you have the fragrance community, which is one niche in and of itself that just consume content, and then you have the live stream community, which is like a niche within a niche. So
Right.
the homie, I don't know, have you heard of Scent Talk TV? His name's Trevor, or not Trevor. I'm golly, what's his? I'm spacing out. Yeah, his Trevon. Sorry, Trevon. With
I
Scent
don't think
Talk
so.
TV. Sorry, I had a brain fart because Trevor from TZ Fragrances. I saw him in the chat as well, so I was like, his name's not Trevor, but I think it's something similar. Yeah. So shout out to Trevor with TZ Fragrances. Yeah, he hopped on the panel a couple weeks ago.
I gotta get some more people on my radar too, man.
Yeah. So I watch a lot of fragrance content, and I try to find people that aren't this like super blown up. There's only like a few channels, like very very large channels that I'll watch. Ross being one of them. But yeah, there's not too many. Most of the people I follow are like 10K and under.
Right.
Yeah, so just gonna hang out in the chat. Yeah, so it's all good. Trevor, you're always welcome. Like I said, I did send a text out to a few people to see if they could come, but people got families and stuff going on. So again, man, I really do appreciate you tapping in because I know everybody's busy. You have a 3-day weekend?
You asking TZ that or you asking me that?
I'm messing you.
Actually 4-day.
4-day. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I didn't think ahead, man.
Vacation day I didn't know about.
Yeah, I didn't think ahead, man. But so all my colleagues, they had Friday off and then they have Tuesday off, so they have a super long weekend. I just have Monday. But yeah, all right. I'll let you go ahead and show the next one. So at this point, we showed Versace Mantle Fresh, Givenchy Gentleman Only, Mercedes-Benz Cologne, and then Givenchy Gentleman Cologne.
All right, so I guess for my next one, I'm still keep it simple. We'll go into the original Coach for Man.
All right.
Which, to me, you get some more fruits in this one as well. I think it's the note of pear and
nice.
some other stuff that's going on with this one, but it's really the pear that makes this one stick out. So I think kumquat may be in this one too. So between this one and the Versace Mantle Fresh, they share the kumquat. But this is one has a tad bit of spiciness to it. Another easy wear fragrance, something that smells great in the summertime. And also for design, I would say that this one has that uniqueness as well. It's not just a citrus fragrance, but yeah, Coach for Man.
Hell
Are
yeah.
you
So
familiar with any from the Coach line?
yeah. I'm about to follow you up on that. So interesting story about Coach for Men. So before I hopped into the community, all I wore was what's it called? Lonnie Delhomme for winter, and then I wore Lacoste Essential for summer and spring. That was the bulk of my collection. Then I started collecting and getting more, but I had a homie come over, and I was like, "Damn, bro, you smell really good. What are you wearing?" And he said, "Coach for Men," and I was like, Coach sells fragrances? I thought it was just like purses and stuff. But he was like, nah, man, Coach sells fragrances. So yeah, it definitely smells good. That was my first impression, was like, dang, I need to get a new fragrance because yours smells better than mine right now. So but yeah, Coach is, since then I have smelled several Coach fragrances. And we're on the same wavelength because that was one of the ones that I featured on my thumbnail, was a Coach fragrance. Mine's a little bit different though. The one that I was going to feature is Coach Open Road. Have you smelled this one?
I think I smelled that one in passing. I liked it, but I just wasn't trying to pick it up at the time. But I do like that one though.
Yeah. So I could see an argument be made. Someone say that it's kind of redundant if you already have Dior Sauvage or what is it? Dolce & Gabbana K. That's the vibe I get. My sister actually got this one for me for, I believe it was my birthday, about a year and a half, 2 years ago at this point. It's the type of fragrance I knew, but I probably wasn't going to buy myself. It wasn't a fragrance that necessarily moved me. I already had Dior Sauvage. I don't wear Dior Sauvage all the time, and it's like $35. Pretty big bottle for $35. Really nice presentation. Like the tube in it kind of reminds me of Dior Homme a little bit.
Exactly.
It smells really good, man. I used to think it didn't have the greatest performance, but no, it has really decent performance. I want to spray a couple of these. I'll let you hold down the chat, maybe just read a couple comments, and then it's only going to take me about 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some scent strips.
Let me see what we have in the comments. It's overall really peppery. I add something like that when you get back. We got any other questions on here?
Yeah, sorry. So I actually grabbed scent strips before I even started the stream. I don't know where they're at, man, but this is definitely a fragrance I would recommend trying. I don't ever see it in the department stores, but it does have that blue ambroxany type feel, like with most blue designer fragrances. A little bit of sweetness, but kind of done like K. I think it's a great fragrance, man. Lasts longer than I had initially thought, but you get used to like wanting fragrances to last forever. And you kind of forget this is a $35 fragrance, like kind of temper your expectations. What's up, Randy? Hope everything's going.
Said he asked, is it peppery?
Is it peppery? It's a little peppery. Yeah, it has that spice to it. That same spice that Sauvage has Szechuan pepper. I don't know what kind of pepper this one uses. I'd imagine it's black pepper. I'll check it out. But it's a really good fragrance, man. Really good fragrance. I like it better than Coach Green, which a lot of people are hype on right now. I do like it better than that.
Interesting thing about Coach Green, I like Coach Green, but then once I figured out what it smelled like, it was like, yeah, I don't need Coach Green. And to me, Coach Green is basically Prada.
Oh,
not Greenlee. Prada Carbon.
Prada Carbon. Okay, yeah, and Prada Carbon gets compared to Dior Sauvage as well. So, so yeah, and that's what I said about Coach Green. Is it smells like a greener version of Dior Sauvage. So yeah, in terms of the accords, fresh spicy is one of the main accords. So yeah, and I'd imagine that spice is coming from pepper. And similar to Dior Sauvage, yeah, it has Szechuan pepper as one of the main notes. So again, nice. It's gonna have a strong similarity to Dior Sauvage. So fragrance dude, he was one of the first people I heard talk about it, as well as Ross. He said Open Road is more your style, Mike. Coach Green is basically Sauvage mixed with Greenlee to me. And I do have Greenlee. I have a decant of Coach Green, which I think ironically Randy's the one that sent me the Coach Green. Yeah, and it smells good. It just wasn't a fragrance that necessarily moved me, and I already have Greenlee, so it's kind of like whatever. And I don't wear my Dior Sauvage as much anymore, and I wanted to wear a blue fragrance in that style, and I reached for this one last week. So in some respects, I even like Coach Open Road more. So Patrick said, I actually think KEDP smells pretty good. The blood orange, slight spices. Think it's a more unique pick than Dylan Blue. Need to try the newest K Intense. So my thoughts on that is I like K. I like the DNA. I find, I don't know if you've smelt it. It's another cheapie. It could be used in summer. Could really be used all year. I'd kind of reach for it more in fall. But Rojas Loam. Have you smelt Rojas Loam?
No, I haven't smelled it yet.
Very good. That one's one of my favorite blue fragrances, regardless of price point, man. The presentation's on point. The fragrance smells amazing. It smells a little bit like KEDP, but it just smells way more mature. Some could argue that the EDP's DNA is a little bit juvenile, but I mean, it's hard to deny that it smells good. And that's because of that blood orange. Rojas Loam has blood orange in it. Have you heard of the channel Scentland? Chris with Scentland? He's kind of like an OG in this fragrance space.
Nope, haven't heard of him either.
No, I would recommend his. I would recommend his channel. He was doing fragrances reviews before like the whole wave of everybody doing fragrance reviews, and he was the reason why I purchased Rojas Loam. He's like a pretty. He's pretty strict. He's pretty strict in his, or pretty critical in his reviews. And I was surprised because he said in his review when that fragrance came out was that it was the holy grail. It was like it's officially his favorite fragrance, which is crazy because the man like lives doing fragrances. So, yeah, that was one of the fragrances I first picked up when I started my journey.
Yeah, send me a couple of people to check out, man, because with the way YouTube works, if you have like, to me, is like if you watch a certain circle of people, you're only gonna like see that certain circle or like one or two people that's closely related to them. So outside of that, they'll probably never, cross my radar.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, actually shared a live stream with him too early on in my channel. It wasn't on my channel though. It was on Mr. Smelly Daniel's channel. So I was completely stoked because I'd been watching his stuff for a long time. So it was cool to share a live stream with him. But yeah, man. So we both featured Givenchy fragrances, and we both featured Coach fragrances. What else you got for us?
Let's see. You may have. I was trying to see if I can pick up something that you may have another one as well. So let's go with Armoff. You got an Armoff?
I have a Middle Eastern, but I don't have an Armoff. But yeah, show what you got. I'll show a Middle Eastern next.
So you got to go with this one right here. Siage. Of course, this thing right here is broke, but who cares anyway?
They always break, so yeah.
Always. Even this little thing right here come out the front. But man, this fragrance right here, I'm pretty sure y'all know that this is a clone of Creed Silver Mountain Water. Get the inkiness, all that good stuff. But to me, as far as compliments and as far as everything that I got on my shelf, interestingly enough, this one right here has got the most compliments. And,
really?
Yep. And I would say that this one is a fantastic one for the summer and springtime.
Yeah.
So it will project. Right? Yes, you will catch nostrils with this one right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have Siage. I have Club Dating with Intense Man, which people, it's crazy, man, because when I first started the journey, I was like, man, this smells amazing. But as I've like moved a few years into my journey, I'm like, bro, Club Dating with Intense Man smells like dog shit, bro. Like it smells really bad to me now. Like once you've like bought a Ventus and you wore a Ventus, it's like,
yeah.
All right,
I think it's the lemon. It's the lemon that just kills it.
Yeah, it's the opening, right? It's just so, like
Mhm.
it's so incredibly synthetic that it's like not enjoyable and it ruins the rest of the like the smokiness does appear towards the end. And again, I'm just talking about the EDT. Maybe the limited edition parfum mitigates that harsh opening, but yeah, man, Aventus is where it's at. But in your case, how would you compare it to Silver Mountain Water, the Sillage?
Um, this may sound well, and it's not gonna sound weird because I think a lot of other people will probably agree with this. I get more with this, you know, like more projection, longevity. The same with one of these other fragrances that I have that's well, I don't actually have it to talk about, but so I guess I can go ahead and talk about it real quick. The from Alexandria fragrances, the Hawaii Volcano, which dupes the Virgin Island water. The same with that one. I get more oomph with that one. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to smelling the original creeds, I do like that experience better. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to giving me more and for the price, I would rather go with
Yeah.
these dupes and clones.
For sure, man, for sure. I have like Randy was saying, Milestone. I don't have Millesime
Milestone
Imperial.
is
I
good.
have Milestone. And I bought a decant of Millesime Imperial because I have this huge thing. I don't like telling people because I do believe I reviewed Milestone way back when. It really irks me when people are like, this is a good clone. They're like, oh yeah, I'm reviewing this clone. I've never smelt the original though. It's like, bro, just spend the $15, $20 and get you a decant. That way, when you come to the review, you can tell
It's not
people
even that much.
it's not, and it's worth it. If you're at least if you're a reviewer, it's kind of incumbent almost upon you to at least have a reference point as to what the original smells like. So I did buy a decant. I will say, just like you said, I don't know if it's the synthetics, but it does last longer. It projects louder and it captures the overall scent profile. But if I had Millesime Imperial and I had Milestone, I would wear Millesime Imperial.
Definitely.
I would sacrifice the longevity because I do think that there's just something in Millesime Imperial that just has a higher quality. There's a certain airiness
Hmm.
to it. I don't know if there's more naturals in it or what, but I do prefer Millesime in Imperial. I wore Milestone. I was telling Randy, I was texting him about a week and a half ago, and I wore Milestone to work, and then somebody was like, "Hey, I know what you're wearing. You're wearing that Millesime Imperial."
Like
I just,
yes,
I just didn't,
like yes, I
I
am.
just didn't want to get into it. Yeah, I just didn't want to. I was like, "Yep, you got that right. I'm wearing, I'm wearing Millesime Imperial." So, you know, even to the untrained nose, they're not going to be able to tell the difference, and you can get it for like $30.
Nah.
So that is actually a great pick to pick Sillage because it is going to capture the vibe and you're not going to waste, not waste, but you're not going to spend $250 because I do
Mhm.
believe that's about what a bottle of Creed's going to go for on the discounters.
I think Vimba had it for a tad bit lower, right? I
I
know
don't know,
Vimba
man.
is pretty good with creeds.
I bought Aventus cologne not too long ago on Vinba, and I spent about $220. I don't know if Millesime was a little bit cheaper than that.
Yeah, every
So
creed bottle I have came from Vimba.
Vinba.
Hmm.
Is that where you do most of your niche shopping at? Is Vinba? Vinba or however you say it?
Between them and of course the fragrance by fragrance net, and also um, it's one other one that I can't think of. Max Roma has some. You have to catch them at the right time.
Yeah. So Randy confirmed. I'm assuming he just checked 225. Yeah, and I just bought that Creed maybe less than a month ago, and it was around 220, 225, I believe. After shipping, I paid something like 240. So appreciate you checking on that for me. So I'm gonna stay on the theme um, of Middle Eastern fragrances. And everybody's talking about Parfums de Marly right now. I see it on everybody's feed. Like, now's the time to get Parfums de Marly. They're on sale, this and that. What I will say, y'all, your options might be a little bit more limited, but if you check out Aura Fragrances, they have Parfums de Marly pretty much all year from like $175 to $200. They are slow to to restock. But if you want Parfums de Marly, if you want to spend that $200, that's fine. But you don't have to. You could spend $35, assuming you like Sedley. If you want to capture the scent profile, and again, you are getting better longevity. I have smelt both, so I do have a reference point. So I'm not just talking out my ass. But this is a fragrance that actually Dedrick put me onto. He was hyping it up quite a bit. I believe it was towards the end of last year. This one is Latafa, and this is Mahir Legacy, Middle Eastern fragrance. You got that one on?
Yep, cross that one off the list.
So
Definitely.
I told you in our chat, man, that there was going to be some overlap, and now I was like, we might not get through all 10 of these fragrances, but yeah, grab 10 because there will be some overlap.
That just shows how good it is.
Yep. I've smelt both of them. I'm assuming you have as well, and it captures it, right? It captures Sedley, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for anything that has any kind of mintiness in it.
Me as well, man.
And I have, I think, one or two more that's up here that has that minty vibe.
Yep. And I came to the same conclusion. I did a green fragrance video, and turns out a lot of those fragrances had mint in there. Have you smelt Cartier Roadster?
I have not, but I think that's one that's pretty hard to get right.
It's not that easy, yeah. But I mean, the thrill of the hunt is part of the joy in this fragrance hobby, man. I'm pretty sure you could find a sample without having to break the bank. But if you like mint, man, if you say you love mint, do yourself a favor and get a decant. Or better yet, man, I need to order more decants, but I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you some stuff. Yeah, I'll get your contact information. That's what I'll do. I'll send you a sample of that, man. It's one of the best mint fragrances I've ever smelt in my life, man. It's like mint chocolate chip. It's not a complicated fragrance. It's mint, patchouli, and labdanum.
Man,
amazing.
And which is funny because I was thinking about that probably like a few weeks ago, but because I have this this body oil that's like mint chocolate, and I was like, if I could get a fragrance to go along with that, perfect.
Good, man. It's so good. And it came out, it's not super old, so it doesn't smell like a super vintage fragrance. It came out 2008, 2009. So imagine the quality of like a vintage bottle of YSL Lonnie Witt de L'Homme. So it's going to be something of that ilk. So it's not going to be like the highest end fragrance. It is a designer, but I feel like a little bit more time and care was put into it. Whereas now I just feel like flankers are just being pushed at a rapid pace that they kind of just are starting a little bit to all smell the same. Whereas it does smell that Cartier Roadster does smell like they did put some care into it. I think it's a mass appealing fragrance, and it did get me a compliment. Mind you, it was from like a 55-year-old woman, but you take it where you can get it. Yeah.
Hey, a compliment's a compliment.
Yes, sir. So circling the block on this Mahir Legacy real quick. Like you said, green does have that mint, so aromatic. I would agree. Has like this fresh, spicy pepper up at the top. I think it's a little bit spicier than Sedley. What's your thoughts on that?
Definitely spicy. I think that's one of the other things I like about it as well.
Yep. And green.
You do not need a lot of that one, man, because it is pushing.
Yeah, no, I felt bad, man. Me and my wife went to a comedy club for my birthday. My birthday was May 12th. We went to a comedy club and we took an Uber because we were, being responsible. And man, I spray heavy, bro, when I'm going out. If I'm going to work, I'm a little bit lighter on the trigger. But if I'm going out, man, I'm going a little bit heavy on the trigger.
Show out.
Yeah, I'm going heavy on the trigger, man. And my wife was wearing perfume. I'm sure our Uber driver hated us, bro. We probably smelled like the entry of Macy's when we walked in, but man, we smelled good, bro. So yeah, I wore that Mahir Legacy, man. It does very well in the Texas heat. Yeah. I'll let you tackle this one, Twilly.
Amouage Enclave, I have not tried that one yet. That is definitely on my next to sample list because that's the one that I hear Justin talking about all the time. And
yeah,
being as I like mint, that is one I definitely need to try.
Hell yeah. So we are almost at the hour mark. We have 22 people in the chat and 22 likes. So I really like that ratio. I really do appreciate everybody popping in, considering y'all don't have to be here. There's other people streaming right now. So the fact that y'all are sitting here watching, it doesn't go unnoticed. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
Again,
appreciate y'all.
yeah, for sure, man. Summer cheapies really are the centerpiece of my collection. The fragrances, although I enjoy wearing fall fragrances the most, cheap summer fragrances are the ones that I do get the most wear out of because it's hot so much in Texas. And a lot of times, you know what I mean? I'm not in a business. I'm not always going to some fancy event. A lot of times I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, I'm heading out and I'm wearing something casual. So these really do sit at the centerpiece of my collection. But yeah, we both featured the same one. So I'm going to go ahead and let you show the next one. We've kind of been on a similar accord in terms of the fragrances that we've been choosing.
Yeah, we have. I think we'll start to differentiate with these last few that we have. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Alkyne Silver from Lattafa. And to me, I know if you go on Fragrantica, you'll see that this is, in that having like Vulgari Tiger or something like that, which I actually haven't sampled yet. But maybe.
What's the name of that one again?
Alkyne Silver from Lattafa.
How you spell the Kaim? Oh,
it's
right there.
QIM.
QIM. Okay, I see it. We are still on the same accord. Just so you're aware, my next pick wasn't too far off from yours, so we're on the same vibe, bro. We're on the same wavelength.
To me, this one right here is I get more fruitiness from this.
Okay.
But are you familiar with Tiger?
Yes, I am.
So you will be able to tell me, is the Tiger more leaning towards like the citrus?
Yeah, but the citruses are unmatched in Tiger. There's a lot of clones of it, but the citruses in Tiger smell very like more natural in a way.
So this one right here, I would say if anybody's looking to, looking into this one, like just think of it as its own thing. Don't try to think of it as in relation to any other fragrance, because I think you could actually kind of miss out on what this one smells like if you like just look at it on the surface and be like, oh, it's just another Tiger clone or something like that. It's more than that. You get, like you see on there, you get the ginger. Definitely that ginger pops, but you also get a fruitiness, to me, a little bit something that stands out more than what you just see there on the notes that's listed. But you definitely get some vetiver too, though.
All right, so you see the fragrances that it says it is similar to?
Yeah, just like I said, just think of it as its own thing.
Yeah, but it does say it's very similar. 130 people seem to think it was very similar to Tiger, and 88 people thought that. Oh, before I move forward, who put you on that Cayenne Silver? Just curious, because I know who put me onto that fragrance.
Actually,
I haven't smelt it, but I know who put me onto it.
I actually just blind bought it.
Oh, so you had never heard anybody talk about it?
No, because I think when they started up the line, I think it's the Pride line or whatever, like the main versions of those fragrances, I was just trying to go ahead and get them all.
Gotcha. So Joya Min is the first person that I heard talk about that one. And he was saying that was similar to Tiger, and that there was another fragrance that was similar to Tiger as well. And it is one that I did review. I reviewed it way before the hype started catching on, and that is Tarathi Blue. And Tarathi Blue, Tarathi Blue is supposedly similar. It's not as good as Tiger, but it does the job. And similar to, I'm assuming, Cayenne Silver it's heavy in the citruses and heavy in the musks and heavy in the ambroxans, which gives it that push, right?
Yeah, definitely that ginger. The ginger is really in there.
Yeah, I don't think Tarathi Blue has ginger. And again, y'all don't take Fragrantica as gospel. Word on the grapevine is that Fragrantica
sometimes they can be way off.
Yeah, they'll post a whole different fragrance sometimes, and then word on the block is that Fragrantica has kind of like become a place where people just meet up to troll fragrances.
But
So,
I
but
do
yeah,
still I go there. I still go there a lot though because you know it's still a place where you can like see some fragrances that are upcoming, some fragrances that you haven't heard about, and it's a cool place to go check out. You know, a lot of the perfumers as well. You can see like the whole list of what they created. So if you got a favorite perfumer, it's just simple to go in there and find out, you know, the other stuff that they had their hand in.
what kind of performance do you get on that Cayenne Silver? Because on this one, man, it's the performance is almost too much. Like, I'm the type of person I might wear some multiple fragrances throughout the day, and this one just gets to the point where it's like so strong I won't wear it to work. It's too strong for the gym. It's a fragrance if I wear in the morning, I know I'm not like it's gonna like project and last all day.
So what I can say about this one, it's not going to be that strong. I would say this is, you know, right down the middle. It has a smoothness to it. So
Okay.
whereas the other ones may be a bit more citrus forward, to me,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a fruitiness that I get with this one, which I
Yeah.
think makes it unique. Which is why I said like you might want to experience this one than just
Mhm.
like saying it's a Tiger clone.
Yeah, for sure. And it's what's the price point on that one? About 35 to 50?
The usual Latafa prices, yeah. So you can
Yeah.
probably find it for about 30,
Yeah.
35.
Yeah. In some respects, man, from what you're saying, it sounds like it might be even better than the Tarathi Blue. Like, I like it. I don't feature it all the time. I like it a lot, but I don't love it, you know?
Hmm.
I don't love it. It this one here, the price point's good. I can see the appeal because super long longevity, obnoxious scent cloud, super high citruses, and but because it kind of has that mass appealing vibe, there is a Middle Eastern twist, but because it has a mass appealing vibe, people are going to compliment it. But
Hmm.
I don't know, there's something about this that I find just a little bit scratchy. I said it in my review as well. There's something about it that doesn't have a very high quality vibe to it, but it does capture the overall vibe of Tiger. Now, if I had the money for Tiger, which I do have the money, but if I wanted to shell out the money for Tiger, I would. But you know, I have a bunch of citrusy, musky fragrances, so I don't necessarily need Tiger at this point.
Right.
What about this one? Trevor's saying Junan Oud is a under the radar Tiger twist from Al Haramain. Have you heard about that one?
I heard about it, but I haven't tried it. I from
Yeah.
Harman, but it's mostly like the MFK dupes.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving along, man. What's your time looking like tonight?
Uh, I'm good. Like I said, I got four more fragrances, but actually I'm gonna talk about two at the same time when I get to those. So yeah, about three more.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I just showed Tarathi Blue, so I'll let you go ahead and go next. And man, we're cranking through. Sometimes with these live streams, I don't even get through all the fragrances, but man, we're getting through them tonight.
All right, so next up we are going to go to a classic house in Guerlain, and that is
Nice,
Vetiver, the EDT. So do
nice.
you have this one?
Guerlain Vetiver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Guerlain Vetiver. I featured it in my spring video, but I have a different bottle. I don't know what the difference is. My bottle's
Do
like
you
the
have the
rec.
longer bottle?
I have the rectangular bottle. Yeah, I don't know what the
Okay.
difference is.
It may not even be a difference. So if you get the experience of like the clean, fresh out of the shower soapiness,
Mm-hmm.
uh, some great citrus and more leaning towards like a lemon lime type of citrus.
All right.
Overdose of
Yours
vetiver.
overdose of vetiver. Yeah, overdose of
Hmm.
vetiver. I do believe there's a little bit of tobacco in it as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I like it.
carnation, stuff like that, some throwback notes. Because I know
Yeah,
carnation
carnation
was used a lot back then.
because it came out in the 50s, from my understanding. It came out a
Yeah.
while back.
And I think
Again,
this
maybe
bottle is
somebody
like the 2000s.
Yeah, maybe somebody in the chat can expand on that because I don't know what the difference is between the rectangular bottles and the square bottles. I know maybe it's just a branding thing. where it's the exact same composition, but maybe just branded a little bit different. I'm not
Oh, no,
sure.
I think it may actually be a tad bit different because I think Sebastian talks about girl line fragrances quite a bit. Sebastian being
Yeah.
the perfume guy.
Yeah, I follow him. I was followed to him longer than I can remember at this point. He's the one that kind of put me on to Dior Homme Parfum because that's one of his favorite fragrances.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
for those of
I
y'all
like
that
this
aren't
one.
aware,
This is a great out of
ton
the
of
shower
notes,
scent.
ton of notes on this one.
And I'm surprised they got civet on there. I don't really get like that civet.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. So read some of those notes real quick. I'm gonna grab my bottle.
So the one you have up, I think you have the older one up there, but the one for this bottle, you have some bergamot, tobacco, lemon, nutmeg, neroli, coriander, mandarin orange, which I really like, vetiver, pepper, carnation, sage, orange root, another one of my favorite notes, sandalwood, oak moss, leather, myrrh, civet, tonka bean, and amber. Yeah, quite a bunch
Yeah,
of
man.
notes, which is
Yeah,
interesting because
I
you
don't
would
get
think that
anything
this is like
animalic.
a 4-note fragrance.
Yeah, it's very soapy, like you said. It's very soapy. I do pick up on there's citruses up top, right? Pretty. There's a
Hmm.
lot of citruses up top. A lot of vetiver. The vetiver's not too dry because of the citruses in it. I do get some floral neroli. Do you pick up neroli in your bottle?
Yeah, definitely.
The florals? Yeah, you get florals,
I think
and then
the
yeah,
nutmeg and the orange root
amber.
just give it a bit of warmth,
Yep, a
kind
little
of
bit of
thickens it up a bit.
spiciness. Not overly spicy, but I don't get too much tonka. I don't get too much leather. Maybe
Mm.
some oak
I
moss. Maybe that's the
like
difference in our bottle. Maybe there was like the oak moss was reformulated or whatever.
probably so.
Yeah. No.
Because back then, if you got that older bottle, I'm pretty sure they was using more authentic oak moss.
Yeah. What's up, Siffs and Sniffs? That's a cool name. I like his channel name. Well, cool, man. Let's see how many people we got here. We still have 14 people watching, so we'll keep it trucking along. Yeah, so man, we do have a similar taste when it comes to cheapies, and there's only so many cheapies out there. I mean, there's a ton, but you know, in terms of like the good ones that are going to get the job done and hit a little bit
Yeah.
different. Yeah, sounds like we're on the same accord there. I'll show one that was a little bit expensive last year to 2 years ago. I think it's been out a couple years now. This is one that Randy put me on to. This one's from Lacoste. It is another one that made the thumbnail. Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche. You smelled this one?
I haven't smelled that one. I have the white bottle though.
Yeah, it doesn't really smell like the white bottle one, although that's a good fragrance. But man, I've had this one for a little over a year, man. That's a healthy dent for a fragrance that you
Yeah.
haven't had too long, man. I really like this one. People are gonna think I'm crazy, but this one, in my opinion, kind of shares some similarities to YSL the DNA, which y'all call me
Okay.
crazy, but then y'all go on Fragrantica or Parfumo and look at the notes because they
Right.
share like 5 or 6 of the same notes. Yeah. So that you kind of know that why DNA. I'll read some of the notes off for you real quick. It's a very citrusy fragrance. That's for sure. Aromatic. So yeah, you're gonna get the apple. There is apple in this one, citrus, ginger, and it's green apple that they show on this one. And as y'all know, that's what YSLY has. It has ginger, lavender,
Hmm.
juniper, and broxin. So it's not a very woody fragrance. It's very citrusy. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, so Patrick knows about this one. He said, I just picked up Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche. It's really good. Gin and tonic, ginger, citrus. I get a little bit of mint leaves in the opening. I could see that. For me, it's like the ginger mixing with the juniper. It kind of gives a little bit. an airy, like coolness, freshness. It's a cool freshness that you kind of get in the opening. Little bit of sweetness, a little bit of sweetness coming from that apple. You're going to get that lavender heart, aromatic, and then, you know, ambroxan, and then just it's a Lacoste fragrance, so it's going to be a generic woody base in the dry down, man. But in terms of a casual fragrance that gets the job done, I would wear this one in the same situations that I would wear this one. They have the same. They have the same wearability. Like I wear this one to the gym a lot as well.
My Lacoste. That's the same way I treat my Lacoste.
Exactly. Which is another, like, so that's a fragrance I would wear to the gym. This Versace Mantle Fresh is one that I would wear to the gym. This is one that I would wear to the gym. Works for the summer. I think people know about this one. Everybody in the chat probably knows about Tommy Hilfiger, which I admittedly did not know about Tommy Hilfiger. I was so late to the game. Jeff from SoCal Sense, he was doing a live stream and he was saying that was one that he wears to the gym all the time. And I said, listen, man, I'm embarrassed to admit that I've never even smelt Tommy. I see it at the rack store all the time. Never even thought about picking it up, even though it's $10. He's like, man, I'm sending you a bottle because, like, I feel bad for you. So
no excuses.
yeah. So he sent me this bottle. I like it a lot, to the point where I went ahead and upgraded to Fougere Marine, which smells exactly like Tommy Hilfiger, just a lot better.
I actually like Fougere Marine. I tried that one way back, man. I actually forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That's
so
a good
you
one.
have Fougere Marine?
I don't have it. I just had, I think that was back when I was doing like Scentbird or something. And I had like the little 8 ml spray of it.
Yeah. What do you think about these Montal bottles? An average Joe was telling me they're meant to like convey like how perfume bottles used to be back in the day, but to me, like, it feels cheap. This thing like feels cheap. The whole presentation just feels really cheap to me.
I have a thing with them as well because it makes you feel like there's no fragrance on the inside. So you're sitting there shaking it up, trying to hear the liquid in it. And it's just so light and airy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's different from what everybody else is doing. So I guess, hey, that's their step.
It's different. Yeah. So I kind of showed a couple. So what you got next for us, man? I don't want to hold you here too long. We're past the hour mark. Whenever you got to go, just let me know. Yeah.
Well, we'll speed it a bit. Like I said, I'm talking about these two at the same time, and then we'll just finish up with the one at the end. So what we were talking about earlier, as far as like, basically summer citrus fragrances, you're not really trying to dish out a bunch of money, on niche summer fragrances. So with these two, I have from Alexandria, we have Pacific Coast.
All right.
And then we have Afternoon Splash.
All right. Which is LV.
Of course. Yeah. So yeah, both Louis Vuitton clones. So we have the Afternoon Swim clone and the Pacific Chill clone. And as far as mintiness and stuff like that, you still get that same mintiness in this one as you get in the Pacific Chill. With both of these, I would say you're getting 95% close to the originals. And
95, huh?
I do 95. What I like about these is that they perform way better than the originals. And I prefer the scent profile more from the Louis Vuitton. Yes, I do, because like you said, it's like the quality of it, you can just tell is there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't do it when it comes to like summer citrus fragrance, man. Paying over $300 for something like that, I can't do it.
You're right. Yeah, no, you're right, man. Because when I think about, okay, I'm gonna pay those niche prices, you want something complex, rich, deep, that is, a lot of times you're gonna have to wear it during fall and winter, man. I only have one Alexandria. I've only ever smelt one Alexandria fragrance, and the trend continues. It is one that Dedrick put me onto. It's that Elixir EDT, that Sauvage Elixir clone. Have you smelt that one?
Yeah, because I think I have a 5 ml of that one that's sitting over there somewhere.
It's really good, man. I like it better than Sauvage Elixir, actually. It's a little bit fresher. But, man, if I had them on on two scent strips, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Honestly, I wouldn't. So I believe you when you say they're 95% similar, man. But I need to dive into more Alexandria. There's so many clones of Afternoon Swim that it's kind of like
nowadays, especially.
Yeah, it's kind of like paralysis by analysis. I don't know which direction to go. I just recently smelt
I would definitely say give these a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, man. I'm gonna have to for sure because Afternoon Swim is a fragrance that I really enjoy, but like you said, I have a hard time justifying that price point for a citrus fragrance that a lot of people say Afternoon Swim, it smells great, but it doesn't last that long.
You know, but this one right here, trust me, this one lasts. You get that same sweet, watery orange vibe, and with this one, you get that nice minty limeness that's going on. So definitely, and of course, they're 30 mils in their new bottle or whatever, but $40 you can't beat it.
Hell yeah. So normally I put background music on. I didn't even do that this time. That's crazy. I totally forgot about doing that. All right, so which direction do I want to go? Let's see. All right, so we're gonna hop into the house of Cartier. One of the first fragrances I picked up as my collection was starting to grow, and my dent will convey that. Smells so good, man. Like for an aquatic, it smells really good, and it does something different in that aquatic genre. This one here doesn't smell like everything else. Smells of high quality as you would expect from a Cartier fragrance. This one is Pacha de Cartier Edition Noir Sport. So it is a sport flanker.
Okay.
You can see that dent, right? Does the camera convey
you
that?
like you down there. Oh.
Yeah. That's a
yeah, I can see it perfectly. Yeah.
Fruity aquatic. So people on Fragrantica say it's kind of like a fruity version of Aqua di Gio. I don't know. I don't think it smells like anything I've ever smelt, honestly. Let me see if I can pull up the notes. It's not an overly complex fragrance. Very long name. This is one that I don't wear all the time just because I've had it for so long and I have so many options, but every single time I wear it, I enjoy it. And if you look, man, even the main accords, it looks really appealing. Citrus, aquatic, fresh, marine, powdery, amber, salty fragrance. And that sounds about right. With some heavy woods at the top. Not a ton going on. It's sandalwood, as you would expect from the Pasha line. C notes, watery notes, citrus, and warm amber. But the C notes do have a saltiness to it. And like I said, you're going to have to hunt on Macari to reach that 65 and less threshold. But, you can find a bottle on eBay, $48. But, roughly it's going to be about $65 and less. And I did confirm on Macari that they're selling bottles for like $40. So you just find the right vendor would be my recommendation. In terms of what they're saying it smells like, Legend Spirit, it does not smell like Legend Spirit. No, it does not smell like Invictus. That's what Legend Spirit smells like, right? This does not smell like. This is.
I might search something out, man. That would look interesting.
Leagues better than Invictus, bro. Like that's disrespectful. Yeah, this one's really good, man. It's like the type of fragrance you could wear to the gym. You know what I mean? And you're not like being a douchebag in there yelling and throwing weights around. You know what I mean? A little bit of sophistication with your fragrance.
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen that bottle before, but looking at it, you wouldn't think like summer fragrance.
Yeah.
Because of the deep red and black.
Yeah. No, it's fruity. And it doesn't smell like any one fruit that stands out. It's like a fruit medley. Like it's just a bunch of fruits thrown in there. Just a general fruity, sweet accord, a saltiness throughout the entire thing. Aquatic notes that kind of thin everything out, so it's not overly cloying, even though it does have a level of sweetness to it. And it's something that you would wear it in casual scenarios, but it has that Cartier demeanor about itself. So there is a level of like class and sophistication. I don't know what they put in there, but there's something that exudes that a little bit. What would Patrick say? He said, I'd imagine the guy grunting while curling in the squat rack wears 20 sprays of Sauvage Elixir to the gym, bro. The colognes I've smelt at the gym is crazy, boy. People wearing like Carolina Herrera bad boy type of scent profiles to the gym. It's like, bro, that's so heavy, man. Like, why would you wear that to the gym? I usually just throw on a couple sprays of something light when I go, just because I know I'm gonna take a shower in about an hour or so. It's kind of like, what's the point, really?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. What else you got for us as we wrap this up? Again, I want to be respectful of your time. You're welcome to stay on. You're welcome to leave, whatever you got to do, man. But I have a few left here, so I'm gonna keep going, maybe for another 20-30 minutes. But again, I definitely want to be respectful of your time, man.
Yeah. So since I did those two, the last one that I have up here is one that I would definitely say can be unique for the summertime and spring as well, and that is from Jacques Faf, and we have Better Agree.
Yeah, your audio is cutting in and out a little bit, but we can see the bottle. Vetiver Agree.
Better Agree from Jacques Faf. Can you hear me?
I've never heard of that one. But you featured 2 vetiver fragrances, so you obviously like vetiver. Vetiver Agree, Jacques Faf.
Yeah, Jacques Faf.
What's good, Joel?
So let me make sure my audio. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, brother, your audio with respect is really bad right now. I can't hear you. Like, I can hear you, but it just sounds like you're like going through the matrix.
Okay, just trying to figure out.
But I can walk people through this for a second. Aromatic, citrus, woody, green, earthy. Oh yeah, this one smells like it's mature. Like it has that aromatic citrus, but then it gives you something with some maturity to it.
Yeah. So am I still breaking up, or can you hear me?
How long have you had this one?
It's probably been about a year now.
Yeah, you're muted now, brother. I don't know what's going on with the audio.
Let's see.
Scent of the day, man. Sarah Lemon Lime. That's a good one, Joel. That's a very good one. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. What we will do in the meantime, though, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go, y'all, but we'll put a little bit of music in the background, which I should have did from the very beginning. So I do apologize, because I do like a little music in the background. See if I can get that.
Can you hear me now? Or am I still chopping up?
No, sir. We're still not hearing you.
Yeah, I don't know
what's going on at this point. But yeah, man, this fragrance looks good. I don't. Oh, it's compared to an imaginary.
I don't know what's going on now. I can't hear. I hear music. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the audio, man.
Yeah, brother, I can't hear you, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear me. That way, maybe it might be on my end, honestly. He's good on our side. Oh, so they said you're good, so maybe it's my audio. Hold on.
Is you
Hold on, you
accidentally
guys.
mute me?
Let me make sure, because I don't know. So it says my audio's good. My AirPods aren't playing. I don't know what's going on with the chat. This whole thing is starting to glitch.
Yeah,
which is the absolute worst thing that can happen during a live stream. But yeah, can you hear me, Twilly?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? I can't hear you though. That's crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna check my settings real quick. I hate this. That's crazy. Hold on. I'm going to take my AirPods off and then put them back on, see what happens.
Okay. Well, I'll just give you a quick breakdown of this fragrance. So, for those that can't hear me, what you're really getting with this one right here is gonna be like a mixture of vetiver, hazelnut, and iris. This does have some earthiness to it, which again, they may sound weird for the summertime, but trust me, this is a unique fragrance that does stand out. I think the fragrance community probably talked about this one for a little bit, and you really don't kind of hear about it anymore, but this is one that you can probably find for around like $65 on Fragrance Buy. And to me, man, it's one of the ones that stand out in my collection.
How you hearing me, Twilly?
Are you still good, man?
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And I can hear you. Perfect. Bro, technology's a bitch, bro. I'll say that. Like, it can be going perfect the whole entire time. And then, like, you started glitching. Yeah, you started glitching out. I couldn't hear you. And then the chat said they could hear you, but I couldn't hear you. And then so I went to the settings within StreamYard, and there's an option you'll see once you start streaming to test your audio, and I couldn't hear anything on my AirPods. So I was like, all right, well, let me take off my AirPods and put them back on. So I literally have no idea what happened, but I could hear you talking about that fragrance. You said Joma Shop?
Not Joma Shop. I got this from Fragrance Buy.
Fragrance Buy?
When it does pop up, I think it's sold out right now. You should be able to find it for about $65.
And you bought that on a blind buy, or you heard about it from somewhere?
Blind buy.
Saint Julep. Does it smell like Saint Julep from Imaginary Authors?
I haven't tried that one, but I heard Fragrance Dude likes that one, right?
Yeah. Randy likes that one, and he says it doesn't smell like Lolita Lampica Green Lover, but I'm inclined to disagree. I do think they smell a little bit similar, but I might be in the minority on that one. But is it ever one of your favorite notes? Because you seem that you showed a couple heavy vetiver fragrances.
And actually, vetiver isn't my favorite note, but there is one in here. If you know me, you know what it is already. That's my favorite note.
It's Iris, right? Am I tripping?
Definitely Iris.
I watch you, brother. See, I know, man. I know, man. Yep, I know. I watch my people, man. I watch my people.
For some Iris, man.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe try this Givenchy Gentleman. When I send you a decants, I'll send you this one then too. It's not super heavy in the Iris, but you definitely smell it, and it works for the summer without being cloying. It doesn't last that long because it's done kind of in the Italian style, but smells really good, man. Doesn't smell like anything else that I featured on my selections. So I think it'd be something you like. I'll send you a sample of this one. What was the other one that I said I'd send you a sample of? What do you remember which one it was? Was it the Pasha?
No, it wasn't that one, but I would like to try them though.
Yeah.
And I know you're trying to get into some niche, man. So if it's something that you're looking to try out, man, just let me know.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to say no. What I will say is I'm doing a live stream next weekend. Hopefully I can get Randy on. He's sending me a shit ton of fragrances, niche fragrances, bro. Like, bro, more than I can even like just mention in the chat, bro. Like, let me see. He just sent the package out. He sent me a list of stuff, and he said, hey, give me 10 fragrances that you want to try on this. So I have Porthole coming, Vibrato, Pacific Lime, Bohemian Lime, Carolina, Coastal Carolina Outer Banks, Gin and Tonic, Business Over Pleasure, Ingenious Ginger, Xerjoff Udin. I have Azaro Wild Mint coming, Royal X. So he's sending me a massive haul. So big shout out to Randy, bro.
Yeah, you'll probably like the Bohemian Lime. And I heard them talk about Porthole. I heard them rave about it, actually. And I'm looking to sample that one as well.
Yeah, he told me that one. I didn't have a choice in the matter. He was sending it to me. So, no. I mean, me and Randy don't always see eye to eye with our fragrance taste. Sometimes I like some of the older smelling stuff where he's not necessarily into that. But man, it's really hard to do a citrus summer fragrance wrong. There's not many citrus fragrances that I smell.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Now would I want to buy it? Maybe not. But there's not many that I don't like. Now whether one of these, several of these are only like in the $100 price point that I can get, right? I think the Bohemian Lime, or am I tripping?
You definitely you can catch that on sale at a lot of places. As of right now, I don't think you can because I was recently trying to get that one this past week. But when that deal comes around, you should be able to find it for under 100, especially at the 50 mil.
And big shout out to Scott Aromatico talking about another channel. Are you familiar with Scott's channel?
Yeah, I seen Scott before. I think mostly, is he on IG?
He is on IG, yeah.
I think that maybe where. Because I think we may be connected there.
Yeah, I would definitely check out his channel, man. Like, there's not many people. Like, I watched a lot of people, but there weren't many people that I was like, man, I really want to start a channel after watching him. And he was one of the people that inspired me to start a channel. I like what he represents as a person. I like his taste in fragrances. I bought my first Zahara fragrance based off his review. It was that signature rosé. Which was that was a fragrance review you did pretty early on as well, right? Zahara signature rosé.
Yep.
I remember that one. Yeah, so definitely check out Scott, everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat's already subbed to Scott, but if you're not, and then one more time, I'm gonna put Twilly's channel. Listen, y'all, if y'all fuck with me, y'all go over to Bobby's channel, man, and sub to him. He's a family man just like me, so we don't always get to put a video out every single day.
Yeah.
But this is a passion thing for us. We really like fragrances. We're not doing it to get rich. We're not doing it because we're getting a bunch of free fragrances that we're obligated to feature.
That really doesn't happen.
Yeah,
really
we're paying for we're paying for everything ourselves. Like, the man literally was handling his family business before he hopped on this stream. So you know what I mean? It means a lot that he would show up. It's hard to get panel guests to hop on. I send I always tell everybody they're never obligated, but they always have a green light. People in my network that I associate with regularly. So again, man, it's been an honor to have you on the channel. And as Scott said, he subbed. Bilbo subbed.
Appreciate you.
So
Thank
you know what I mean? It does mean a lot, man. At the end of the day, we are a community. We're not a very large community. So I've always felt like it was very important for us to stick together. And I don't know if you remember, Bobby, but I was hitting your channel up early on. You might have had like 100 subs, man. And I was like, let's link up.
I think you were actually the first person to connect with me.
Yep.
And that actually means a lot, man, because you kind of like got me into the flow of getting everything going, connecting me here and there, especially with our group that we have in IG.
Correct.
With Desric, man, Jeremy, and of course Razor.
Yep.
So yeah, and like I said, it'd be fun that we all get on here.
Yeah, he's the only person that I haven't collabed with yet, man, and I feel bad for that. I want to do something with him. The fault is mine though, because the video I want to do with him is top 10 indie fragrances, because I know his indie collection is A1. But I don't have enough indie fragrances that I feel like I would come correct. So I need to get a couple more before we do that. But yeah, Razor is definitely somebody that I want to collaborate with. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, it really is all about connecting. And I wanted to connect with people in the community. There's different, you could say, tribes in this community. And sometimes it's hard to break through to, you know what I mean, and get that network of people that already have hundreds of thousands of subs, which I was like, I don't have to do that. I can find creators that have a lot of talent, and I can create my own network, and we can build something. And look, you know what I mean? Jeremy's channel's doing well. Dedric's channel's doing well. And both of our channels are doing well, respectfully. We have over 1,000 subs. We would have a lot more if we uploaded consistently.
Definitely.
I made a goal for myself that I wanted to do better about showing up and going live. If I make a video a week and then a live stream a week, that's kind of what I set out for myself. And in terms of watch time live streams help, and in terms of the algorithm, putting videos out helps. And at the end of the day, I like making long form content with the videos. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But BroSense is another one, man. BroSense is, if you're not subbed to BroSense, he's an OG in the game. He was on that grind to 1,000, and he hit 1,000 subs as well. So there's a bunch of us, man. There's a bunch of us in this community, and at the same time, there's not a lot of us. So we really do got to stick together in this thing, man. So if you're a creator and you ever want to collaborate, reach out to me. If it's within my bandwidth to make it happen, I will make it happen. I always answer messages. I'm always open to collaborate. The tag videos can get a little crazy sometimes just because I can only put out so many videos, and it's like you don't want to say no, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like I don't have the bandwidth to do this tag video, but I also don't want.
Right, especially if you wake up and then you see like you've been tagged in something, like, okay.
Yeah,
it's
it's cool. You know, I mean, fortunate that people know you to want to tag you. But yeah, that's the only part. So I do like doing tag videos, but man, it's like, oh, I got tagged again. I haven't even done my last tag video. So
it always happens that way too. You don't get a tag video for a while, and then you turn around, now you got like 3 tag videos.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens, but I mean, it's a good problem. It's a first world problem, man. But as we wrap this up, man, again, I want to be respectful of your time. We're an hour and 30 minutes in, and we have, let me see real quick, 19 people in the chat. So just kind of let people, it's kind of, it is pretty good, man. I don't know let's see who's all live right now. Is anybody else live right now? Let me just see.
I saw Jeremy, he had something posted. Is he supposed to be on tonight or tomorrow night?
Okay. Yeah, I was seeing if I was up against anybody right now. So I think Dedrick's no longer on. So yeah, 20 people watching. Let people know, man. Like I did just preface by saying you're a family man. You have a real life. You have a job. But let us know what you got going on with your channel, man. Any plans for the rest of the year?
The plan is I'm gonna try to like slowly, because I don't like to overpromise. So with that and coordinating with what I got going on with work and family, trying to get some stuff done on Fridays and Saturdays. If I can get multiple videos done on those days, then it will be more uploads during the week. So yesterday just so happened to be a day where I had some time, because basically now the kids are out of school, so I got more time to like get some stuff done. So you should be seeing more videos coming on the channel, and I would like to get into some streaming stuff as well, but I'm not pushing for it like right now. I'm gonna ease into it, and just continue to bring some more content. Of course, it's gonna be some niche stuff.
Yeah. So for those of y'all that do like niche, which a lot of us, as we have evolved in our tastes, niche is starting to become more prominent. Definitely check him out. Quite a few niche fragrances that I've never heard of that you featured. So there is a lot of knowledge that you're going to get from his channel. More as it relates to niche, you're going to get more value from going over to Bobby's channel than going over to mine, because I would say only about 7% of my fragrance collection right now is niche, whereas I could easily just pull 20, 30, summer cheapies out and not even think about it. It's almost like, okay, well, what am I going to feature next? But as it relates to StreamYard, man, it is fairly easy to use. It does get a little bit hard to manage once you have a very large panel and you're also working with the chat and you're trying to, do the audio and all that stuff. But it is, in terms of an application, pretty easy to use, man. If you need any tips or pointers, I could show you. But all in all, it is what you want to make it. You know what I mean? You just upload music prior. You just go on. I go on this app called Pexels, and then I just airdrop it to get the background videos that I want. So, I mean, it is pretty easy to use, and then you could download a bunch of different ones. Like if I wanted to change the background right now to whatever, man, I could. You just click a button and it changes. So cool. It's really that simple.
Okay, yeah, I'll get with you on that and get some more information on that.
For sure, brother. Well, I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up. You kind of showcased everything, right?
Yep. As
cool,
far
man.
as good cheapy summer fragrances, absolutely.
Well, you're welcome to stick around, man. If nobody else is streaming and I have 18 people watching, I'm not gonna shut the stream down yet. I have, like I said, the house to myself, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have about 7 more fragrances that I can show. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You're welcome to stick around if you want. But I don't want to feel like I'm holding you hostage at the same time, brother. I want to be respectful of your vacation. So it's really your call, man.
It's cool, man. But I'll give it about a good 5-10 more minutes because I'm gonna go help out with some cooking down here.
Bet. Totally understandable. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that background the same. I have the music going on. We're gonna switch to this. I like this one right here.
Do you have any fragrances that you are acquiring soon?
Yeah, I have Seraphim Blue coming. I have Aqua de Parma. Yeah, I have Aqua de Parma, Fico de Amalfi. I got that one for my birthday technically, but my wife, she stalked my Fragrantica page, and she just picked up the Aqua de Parma. She saw a blue bottle, but it wasn't Fico de Amalfi. So when it came in from Joma shop, I was like, I love you, you did great, but that's not Fico de Amalfi. So we can go ahead and take that back and get the right one. So, and she also, I told people in the chat last time, I told her not to do it, bro, but she went on Facebook Marketplace because she thought somebody was selling a bottle of Creed Aventus for $110. And she was like, I told her I just got Aventus cologne, which Aventus cologne was what I had on my Fragrantica. So she didn't know what the difference was. To her, everything is cologne. You know, It's not like she doesn't know the difference between Aventus and Aventus cologne. Yeah, she doesn't know about that. She's not seasonal with her fragrances. She just wears whatever, whenever. So when I opened it up, I was like, babe, this ain't actually Aventus. This is like, you know what I mean? Like dog water. I don't know what this is. It does, like, you spray it. She bought a fake, bro. And I had to reach out to Tyler because I don't have a bunch of Aventus. So I was like, bro, is this fake or not? I know to take off the atomizer, and I sent him a picture, and he was like, bro, that's so fake, man. Sorry, but you got. So, and it was done on Facebook Marketplace. So there's like no assurance that you're going to get your money back. And, you know, as a fragrance collector myself, I can't in good faith resell it because I know it's not original. That would be just a shitty thing to do. So yeah, I have this fake bottle of Aventus at the house, but I do have a new bottle of Aventus and Aventus cologne. So I did mitigate that. But yeah, man, I'll show another one. And some of these, okay, so you haven't heard of this one. Hardly anybody's probably heard of this one. This is one that Max Forte. Do you follow him?
I don't follow him, but I know exactly who he is though.
Okay, he put me onto this one.
He runs Sage Floor, right?
Yeah. I've had this one about, I don't know, man, about a year. So $25 fragrance, freaking amazing, bro. Freaking out. Temper your expectations because it's a $25 fragrance. But this one's from Baldassarini. Have you heard of that brand before? This one is Nautic Spirit.
Okay.
But look at that dent, bro. That's a pretty healthy dent, man. Tropical. It's a very tropical fragrance. I'll read some of those notes off. I don't know if you have the ability to pull them up on your end just to look it up, but bro, it's like $20.
Okay.
Let me see. And this is one that I did review on Fragrantica. So if it's okay with everybody else, I'm gonna read my review of it because I don't do it. Yeah, look up those notes, man. Passion fruit and mango with ginger and warm cardamom, seawater, musk, curry tree. People say it has a heavy curry note. I'm inclined to disagree, but let's see. Let's go to my, and y'all don't judge me too hard, but I was very poetic. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hey, and this was before the controversy with Oh Boy, so y'all judge on a curve. But I said figure I'd add my 2 cents. Shout out to Brian as it relates to Nautic Spirit, considering there aren't too many reviews on it here for on YouTube, nor on YouTube for that matter. There aren't many reviews of it, so you're not gonna be able to get like solid information.
Yeah.
I said it's warm but fresh, lively green spice with a tinge of fruity sweetness. Expect a fresh opening followed by a musky dry down. The musk conveys more so than the freshness, at least on my skin. Those are my first thoughts that come to mind as it relates to the scent profile. The opening is surprisingly captivating. Even more so once you take into consideration this one can be picked up for $20. I said from a more critical standpoint, the opening itself is fleeting. The freshness remains, but it's not an incredibly airy or breezy fragrance. There is a muskiness to the fragrance that smells like an ode to something that you would expect from an older gentleman's classic cologne, which makes sense because Max Forte recommended it. But it never strays too far in that direction. It's not juvenile. Chad from A Gentleman's Journey does have a review of it, and he did seem to feel like it was kind of a juvenile fragrance, which I don't think so. I do mirror the sentiments of others regarding performance. It's not super hot, but again, it's a $20 fragrance. I was like, if you're looking for a dumb reach to wear out the shower or for the gym, this one's going to last you about 2 hours solid. And then I shamelessly plugged my channel. But yeah, I got kicked off of Fragrantica on my first profile on Fragrantica was just iSMELL, but I literally, like I did with everyone's channel, all the big channels early on, I was just spamming everybody that I was the sexiest fragrance reviewer. I was wilding out, bro, trying to get views on my channel. And I was doing the same thing on every single new release. I was just spamming to like sub to my channel in the reviews of all the new releases. And they kicked me off of Fragrantica.
I didn't even know you could get kicked off of Fragrantica.
Yeah, they told me, that they wouldn't let me log back into my shit. Something happened. I couldn't get into it. I have a private message on Fragrantica. What the hell? That's strange. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, so this one's a pretty good one, man. $20. I wear this one like a lot of these cheapies, bro. Like this one, I just rotate different cheapies to the gym, man. In my life at this point in time. Is that
Versace Dreamer that you just pulled up there?
No, it's just the Tommy. I don't like Versace Dreamer, bro. Sorry.
It's cool.
It's cool. Like it's cool, right?
Yeah, it's not like spectacular. It's cool.
It's a tobacco scent, right? You know what, man? I need to not be so harsh because I didn't wear it on my skin. They just had it at Macy's a couple weeks ago. I had never smelt it, so I sprayed it on a scent strip, and I was like, I don't get it. What's the big deal with Versace Dreamer?
Hey, I've been harsh on some stuff too. I think it's one of the way back when I was talking about. It's one of those commodities, and that was hard on Burberry Touch too.
Oh man, that's blasphemy.
And a lot of people see what I mean. And
that's blasphemy, bro.
I like it a little bit more though now, but in the beginning it was like nah.
No, Touch grew on me over time. Diddy. So, all right. So that one was kind of like when I first smelt it, I was like, I have a very negative attributed scent memory to gray flannel.
Mm-hmm.
So gray flannel is like a violet fragrance. So when I smelled Burberry Touch, I was like, bro, this smells like gray flannel. I don't think I like it. But then you just realize, okay, it's not every violet fragrance is gray flannel. It's just the violet note. You know what I mean? You need to get used to like what violet smells like. And then you get used to it. You realize it's in a lot of different fragrances. And then I wore it and I was like, oh, it's powdery. It's a very powdery fragrance. But I actually like it. I have the big bottle of it. I don't know if it's Jeremy or if it's Razor, but
I think it's
one of them, they like Burberry.
Because I think, especially when I first started too, I messed up there a lot too because I would get some stuff, smell like I hate this, and then throw it away. I threw quite a few samples away when I first started by not, liking it or whatever. And then the more you stick to it and grow and, the love for it, you notice that your nose either changes or adapts to it. You start to appreciate it more. And then a lot of that stuff can probably become your favorite if you stick to it.
No, for sure, man. There's decants I get, which that's one of the bad things. Like we have so many fragrances and we're on to the next so quick that's like if you're not blown away by that decant right away, you're like, all right, next, I don't really like it that much.
Yep.
And then you'll return to that decant, 6 to 8 months later, and you're like, oh my God, I was sleeping on this fragrance. It's really good, actually. I should have actually just like sprayed it on my skin or actually gave it a full wearing. But yeah, I pulled up a question. Patrick's asking, what are some fragrances that you're really hyped to try, sample? Is there anything in particular on your radar right now?
Actually, one that I just got, well, it's being shipped now, which you probably heard a lot of people talk about it. Suspiro Dolce Melodia. That is
Talk us
one
through that
that
one.
it's like a fantastic fruity summer fragrance.
Okay.
And I think maybe Big Beard and a few others talked about it. And what I like about it most is the price that I was able to buy it for. And it may not be up, but it's on fragrance buy. And it was in the like the 150, 160 range when normally this is like well over 250. So
Okay.
to get 100 mil of that for like 160 is a steal. And like I said, it may still be up, but I highly doubt it because that is one of the ones that fly fast when it comes out.
So when you get a fragrance, specifically a niche fragrance or any fragrance really, but once you get like to the more expensive stuff and then you get it in, like do you just wear that one for a while, or do you just like, okay, I got it in, I'll wear it the next tomorrow, and then it sits on your shelf for a couple weeks until you wear it again? Or do you like make it a point to, okay, I'm wearing this one several days in a row?
With the amount of fragrances in my collection, that rarely happens. Even if I get a new one, I don't really wear it that much. It's only been one fragrance that I've done it with, and that is Boadicea, the Victorious Faith, which I do not have a full bottle, but I got 3 decants.
Gotcha.
That one smells fantastic. And
Gotcha.
if you are familiar with EQ, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, quality fragrances. I've been watching him for a while. I think he just subbed to my channel maybe 3 weeks ago. Shout out to Ross, because Ross was just, Ross has always shown me love, man. He subbed to my channel when he might have been my first influence, I guess you could say influencer, reviewer, with any fair amount of, as the kids say, clout, that subbed to my channel. I had less than 100 subs, man, and he subbed. If you go to my very first video that I ever made, when it was just me and my son, and I didn't have no editing or anything going on, I didn't have an intro. It was just my dog walking around in the back. I didn't know anything about lighting or how I would sound. I had a blue microphone because, I did audio engineering before this, so I had a whole studio set up. So I just kept my microphone. I sold all my equipment, and so I just had the microphone. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get in front of the camera, introduce myself. And then, I told Ross that, hey, man, you know what I mean? I'm a new reviewer, man. If you could show some support. And he did. As it relates to what fragrances that I'm looking to try to get, obviously it's that Seraphim Blue. And then I want to get, I've been on a kick with getting discontinued fragrances. So I've kind of taken the approach like, I wish I loved Middle Eastern fragrances as much as Jeremy, but I just don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't feel as passionately about Middle Eastern fragrances from a couple standpoints, and my standpoint might be a little superficial, but I have a lot of stuff on my shelf that I do think I'm going to sell here in the next couple of years. The price I'm going to get for those fragrances, the Middle Eastern ones specifically, are going to be the same price, if not less, than what I bought them for. Whereas with the discontinued stuff, I know I'm buying that fragrance and it's going to be worth, more if I decide to sell it down the road, or I'm sitting on it, an investment, a depreciating investment that gets sprayed over time. Whereas, if I'm buying this discontinued stuff, it's gonna be, keeping that Blue Yeti was a good decision. Yeah.
But for instance, this right here.
Yeah,
definitely.
And when you bought it, it was probably retail when it was in production. It was probably, I don't know, $60, $70.
I caught it off a fragrance buy when it randomly popped up. I hurry up and snatched it up because I know that this one fetches a pretty penny. Do I wear it? No, I do not. So This is like one that, hey, just let it sit, and if you wanna rack up on it, then
That's
rack
the
up on it.
extreme. Am I tripping, or is that the extreme?
Yep.
Did you got it recently, right? Because I remember they came into stock recently.
I had this one for I think a little over a year now, or it might have been longer
Okay.
than that.
Okay, I'm tripping then. That's not the same one then. Yeah, I've never smelt it. Is it good? It gets good reviews.
It's good, but to me, my favorite is the Sport.
The Sport,
Mhm.
Luna Rosa Sport, right?
Yep.
I have that one. Do you find it similar to Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Mans?
The original Lamar I haven't tried.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a
Mhm.
little bottle of Le Mans, kind of like one of those travel ones that you would just take with you on the go. But yeah, hold on, I'll be right. I'll show you my bottle of Sport. I need to get trendy like all the cool kids and have like a shelf behind me with all my fragrances, so I don't have to walk off the stream. But yeah, dude, look at this dent, bro.
It's my favorite, man.
Yeah, man, I wear this one. Very good, very very good for fall, man. Is that when you're wearing that one? That's when I'm wearing it.
I put that one on anytime I want it. I
Anytime,
put it on. Yep.
even with that vanilla, it's kind of
Exactly. When I say that, I'm not like going out there in like 90-degree weather wearing it.
yeah.
But in the summertime, I could definitely rock it at night. And definitely to the office. That's one I
And
like for the office too.
what state are you in, bro? I fail to remember.
I'm in Tennessee, so we share the same heat.
Tennessee, yes, we do have the same heat, but you still, man, you going heavy with the fragrance, bro. Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't wear heavy vanilla fragrances in the heat, man.
Like I said, 90 degrees, I'm not doing it. So it got
Yeah.
be like a date night at night. Even though I'm not wearing Prada Sport on a day night, but
Yeah.
still in those environments.
And shout out
that's
to
where we
Hez.
go.
Hez just entered the chat. Have you ever tried anything from Hez?
I don't think I have tried anything from this.
Yeah, man. Cafe Benet, you would
Heard
really
some
like.
good things though.
Cafe Benet, you would really like, man. I get like, what's that one from Bond Number 9? To me, it smells like, is it New Harlem? New Harlem. I think it's New Harlem. That kind of syrupy pancake type.
The pancake one.
Yeah, man, it's very good, man. That's my favorite. But I haven't smelt everything from him. There's like the blue fragrance that is really popular that everyone seems to like. So big shout out to Hez. Discontinued stuff I want to try, find a decant of, is Acqua di Gio Essenza, which I did buy a decant of, which is actually one of the fragrances. Hold on. Acqua di Gio Essenza, YSL L'Homme, Libre Cologne, 1 million Privé for the fall. Full bottles are way ridiculous price, but maybe I can swing a decant. And it's not always just a decant. There's people online that will sell partials. And if you have a lot of fragrances, a partial bottle like that's only partially full, it's gonna last years. It's gonna last years. But so I did review Bentley Silver Lake. That's another one on my channel that I reviewed. And this is one that I do send. I don't know if you can tell the dent, but it's not the craziest dent. Yeah, it's not the craziest dent, but this is one that I've sent multiple people because this one here does smell about, and it's like, bro, this is an approximation, but it does smell, I would say about 85 to 90% similar to Acqua di Gio Essenza. And I say that with a fair amount of confidence. When I reviewed this one, I did buy a decant of Essenza, and I did compare them in the video. I could have very easily just kept the decant of Essenza, but I try to do giveaways in almost every one of my videos. And I said, you know what? Just so y'all know I'm not bullshitting, I'll send y'all the decant of this as well as my decant of Essenza. That way you can compare on your own, because Essenza is pretty expensive. I want a bottle of it, but I'm telling you right now, if you don't have Essenza, this one will definitely do the job. Very good fragrance, man. One of my favorites, hands down. It made the thumbnail, and like I said, I've shown about 20 of these fragrances already, and this one made the cut. So it's a damn good fragrance, man. Have you smelt Silver Lake?
I haven't, and I think it may have been. I let a few reviews get me out of trying it. Which, like I said, back then when that one first came out, I was like, okay, this is what they think of it, so I just pass on it.
Yeah,
But
and again, Aqua di Gio is not like it's a groundbreaking scent profile for its time. When it came out, it was like, you know what I mean? It was my signature scent all through high school. But at the same time, in 2024, if you don't even have to smell Aqua di Gio. If I say Aqua di Gio, you already know in your head what it smells like, right? Like it's not something you visit. And that's kind of what you're gonna get with this. It smells like Aqua di Gio, but it's a more herbal version. This is like an herbal version of Aqua di Gio. The difference between this and Essenza is better and it's more herbal. But in terms of its smelling similar and wearing similar, absolutely. So definitely one that I wear it like at work. Like it's just an easy fragrance just to wear casually at work. I wouldn't necessarily wear it to the gym, but at work, this is something that I'm pulling off. Yeah, I have 4 more fragrances on here. Let me see. This is one I featured on my last live stream. I featured it. All right, another fragrance channel. You know who Fragrance Fight Night is? He was on my stream a couple, not my last stream, but the stream before that maybe. No? Okay. Yeah, Fragrance Fight Night is good. People have a collaboration with him. He's the one that got me to purchase this one.
Masoni. Okay.
You smelled that one?
Nope. I think I seen Razor talk about it a few times.
You smelled Versace Pour Homme, right?
Of course. Got it sitting over there.
Yeah, Versace Pour Homme, and you smelled not Allure Homme Edition Blanche, Allure Homme Sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you just take both of those fragrance, kind of have a love child between them both, and that's what you get with this one. And I mean, like $35, bro. It's like presentation looks nice, magnetic cap. Yeah, one of my favorites to wear. I don't wear it as often as I should, but there's a nice little dent in it. I mean, it definitely constitutes as a solid cheapie. So yeah, definitely one that I would recommend. What else I got here? You like Iris, right?
You already know. Yep, got those. Except for that bottle. I don't have that bottle.
You don't have the low?
I got the original and the intense.
I got the intense. As well. What do you think the difference is between those two?
Which one's the intense and the original? I would say in the case of these is in the name.
Yeah, the intense. I got the big boy of the intense, bro. I got the little low, but yeah, this one's, man, it's nice, bro. It's fresher. It's fresher. It's another Iris that you could pull off during the summer. Knocked a pretty big dent into it, but this is one that I did buy as a partial. So I bought it about halfway full. So in the spirit of all transparency, yeah, I didn't buy this one full, but I don't know if it's neroli or what they put into it that does that, that gives it that freshness. I'll tell you real quick. I feel like it's neroli, but I could be wrong.
And I know back then,
it is
a lot of people were saying like this is basically like the perfect office fragrance, but to me, I wouldn't choose this one for the office.
Nah, me neither. It's kind of a bold fragrance, right? The intense is.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of
it could be too much.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even. Nobody's ever complimented me on this fragrance. I think this one, intense, is kind of like one of those fragrances which like a lot of dudes like, but I don't think I've personally never got a single compliment wearing the intense. My wife's never said, "Oh, you smell amazing right now," but I don't think she's ever said that for any of my products. So I don't know.
No, I would say you probably have a better chance at compliments with not this.
Oh, it's so damn good though.
But the Lunas, you'll probably have a better chance at.
The sport for sure. There's just something that Yeah, it's that vanilla, I think. Bro, yeah, this one's damn good. If people were to ask, should I get this one or this one, I would definitely say the Intense, because
exactly.
this does
Yep.
smell like Prada L'Homme, but it's just like fresher. It's ginger and neroli. So just imagine a brighter, slightly more floral, livelier version, but the powdery notes are still intact. But as the name implies, this is a Prada L'Homme Intense. It smells like Prada L'Homme, just like amped up.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, yeah. I didn't wear this one enough this past winter. I did feature it in my winter video, but I didn't wear it as much as I should, man.
It'll get some wears this time.
Yeah, I see it. I see it on the Facebook groups, and people are like, "Should I get this one?" And then everyone's like, "Hell yeah!" Like it's Prada L'Homme Intense. Of course you should. But
Exactly.
it's discontinued, right?
It is, but I always see it pop up over and over though.
Right? Yeah. So that's the part that confuses me, because I like, you see the price on this one fluctuate, and sometimes I see it like 150, sometimes I see it closer to like 110. So I don't know if I would not pay $150 for this fragrance, because at some point you'll be able to get it for like 110.
Yeah, but if you find a 50 ml, it's even cheaper than that.
Oh really? Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the 100 milliliter.
Yeah, because I got I got the 50.
Yeah, I have the 100 milliliter. So this one will literally last me for the rest of my life, probably, because I mean, I only probably wear it at the most 5 times a year, and that's at the most. So Iris is not my favorite note like it is yours. I don't even know what my favorite note is, to be honest. For those of y'all still in the chat, there's 16 people. I am curious, what is everybody's favorite note? And I don't mean to be hacky when I ask that. I'm genuinely curious, because I don't know if I have a favorite note, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, I got a few favorites. I would say my favorite for the summertime would probably be mandarin orange.
Okay. I do like blood orange. I like the smell of blood. I like tobacco. Yeah, that's one of my favorite notes. I like tobacco. I would wear a tobacco fragrance in the fall and winter over an iris fragrance for sure.
Okay, since you said tobacco,
yeah,
this is one that you have to try.
All right. So we're gonna have to do a decant swap.
All right, so go to Lucky Scent. Get you a sample of this.
Vanilla Havana.
Vanilla Havana.
Vanilla Havana. I'm gonna add it to my wish list so I don't forget. Because if I don't, as soon as this wraps up, I'm gonna be like, I'll forget. So let me write that down. It's called Tobacco Havana.
No, Vanilla Havana.
Vanilla Havana.
Yep.
Man, it looks like a rich smelling fragrance just looking at that juice.
Yep.
Damn. Ooh. Yeah, man. Well, hopefully this ain't our last live stream, man, because like once we start getting to the heavier hitters, man, I'd like to have you back, because that really is at the centerpiece of your collection, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would definitely be back on, man.
Yeah, man, we got to do that. And I have one more fragrance, and then like I said, we've been going live for 2 hours, man. I only anticipated keeping you here for an hour, so the fact that you've been here 2 hours, man, that's your presence is a present, bro. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Last one here, man. There's a million flankers of this, so at the end of the day, it's like it's a good fragrance. I wouldn't say it's a great fragrance. I have like 3 or 4 iterations in this line, as like a lot of collectors do. You kind of know what you're going to get with this line. But this one is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes.
Yeah.
You smelt this one?
Yeah, I checked that one out. Probably, I would say probably like 3 months ago. That's a 4.
3 months ago. Not game-changing stuff, but as far as a mass appealing summer fragrance that you can throw on and go, like say you're going, to the outlets or something, you know what I mean? This is the type of fragrance that you could rock easily. If you're going to Macy's, if you're, just running around grocery shopping, whatever you got going on, that's the type of situation I'm going to wear this in. Do you feel, I don't know how much you remember, but do you feel it to be, I'm good nosy. You showing up right at the end, brother. You showing up right at the end, but man, I do appreciate that. Nosey's a real one. He's one of my favorite people in this whole community, man. Yeah, so it's basically what light blue DNA with added, I don't know if it's what is it, cypress. That's what it is. It's light blue, the DNA with added cypress. So it's a greener, more coniferous version, but it's not even overly green. Essentially, it's just they just tweaked it a little bit, right? And then threw it out in a bottle and then resold it.
Yeah, because when I smelled it, it was like, it's an easy grab right down the middle.
Yeah. So, but I think at this point, like, 2 years ago, people were overpaying maybe for it. And I got the small bottle, which I would encourage everybody, if your collection is growing to the point, there's literally nothing wrong with getting the small bottles. You don't need 100 milliliters if you have hundreds and hundreds of fragrances. So I did check this one online. You can get it for about $35, $40 at this point, which it's a decent price. You could get Dolce & Gabbana, what's it called? The one that's just straight citrus. Which one is that one?
The grapefruit one, the Forever.
Forever, yeah. Which one's your favorite out of the line?
It's kind of juvenile, but the original.
The original, just light blue.
Mm-hmm.
Light blue,
not the light blue intense. None of the other ones, just the original. Like I said, it does have a juvenile smell to it, but it works.
Yeah, that was what Ross said. That was one of his first fragrances. Like, if he had the opportunity out of all of the light blue fragrances, he would go with the original because he wore that one so much. He has so many positive scent memories attached to that fragrance. My personal favorite is light blue O Intense. I'm probably not alone in that. I have the 6.8 ounce bottle of that one, so I'm literally gonna have it forever. And then my next favorite would be the Forever. I would wear them pretty much in the same scenario, but yeah, that Forever it could be a bit much on people if you know what I mean.
That's why I had to pass on it, because it's like the grapefruit and the skin chemistry can be kind of funny with that one.
Yeah,
and especially since Hermes came out with the OG Ray, it's like,
I have that one. I have OG Ray. I wore OG Ray last week, bro. And for a citrus fragrance, man, it lasts. Got some damn good longevity for a citrus fragrance. I want to try that. I have the what's it called? H24 EDP. I have a decan of that one, but I need to go to Neiman and try out the Vibes one or whatever it's called.
Right.
Yeah.
Verves or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know the name, but yeah. Yeah, Patrick. Me and you, we watched Ross, bro. Both of us know. Yeah, he said OG Light Blue is one of the fragrances that kicked his fragrance journey into becoming a more hardcore frag head. So, yeah, man. I don't remember too much of what that fragrance smells like, to be honest. It's just like a musky, light scent, right? There's nothing. It's not like the super loud or anything, right?
No, it's not. And like I said, you can definitely tell, like I said, juvenile. So it's one of those ones, if you have kids, that's the one that your boys can wear. Yeah.
And I keep telling I told people like a couple weeks ago, I bought this. I don't know if I should say. I bought this one from a crackhead, bro. I bought this one from a crackhead. Like, I didn't know it at the time. I just bought it on my car, and he gave me his address. I thought I was going to his house, and it ended up being this like janky motel. And then he was like, "All right, meet me at the Burger King." He goes out walking, bro, and he's like, "All right, man, $10 for this." And I was like, "All right, cool." He looked like he was in a bad place, and then he sold me. He sold me Versace blue jeans for $5. So, yeah. Like, all right, man. Let me get the fuck out of here.
It happens.
Out of here. Yeah, you could tell he was a booster, man. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I got this one for like $10. Very good. You smelled Artisan Pure, right? Most everybody has, right?
I think I had like a little small sample that I smelled a long time ago.
It's really good, man.
I couldn't even remember what it smelled like, though, but I know it does smell good, though.
It smells apparently similar. Maybe somebody in chat knows, similar to I think a Xerjoff fragrance. I could be wrong. I think it's a Xerjoff fragrance. They said it smells like, but it's a citrus. But the citruses are done very nice, man. Like, I will say that about John Varvatos fragrances. They come correct, even though they don't charge you a bunch. There's a certain level of like as the name would imply, artisanship that comes to it. The citruses smell very nice, but heavy in the musks, and then floral neroli like dominates the mid. But in terms of a super hot day when it's like 110 degrees outside in Texas, that's when I rock this one. I've had this one for a very long time. But yeah, man, that pretty much wraps up all of.
And
what'd you say?
Yeah, and of course that's the one that has some mandarin orange in it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I really like it. Yeah, but on that note, man, I think at this point, 2 hours, it's pretty good. I think I am going to go ahead and wrap things up at this point. One last time, y'all, to close this out. Even if y'all don't like the stream, even if y'all don't sub to my channel, do me a favor one last time for good measure. Go ahead and sub to Bobby's channel, aka Twilly's 2 cents. Nosy, if you're still here, man, go sub to Twilly, bro. He's good people. He's good people. I co-sign you, bro. I co-sign Twilly, man. He's a man of principle, and he actually loves what he does. He's not just doing it for you know what I mean, cheap views and whoever can give him the quickest sponsorship. But yeah, man. On that note, man, I really do appreciate you swinging through. Let's do this again whenever you got stuff going up on your channel, man. If you ever need anything on my end, just let me know. All right, brother?
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for having me on.
Absolutely. And everybody, man, y'all enjoy this Memorial Day weekend. If you're in the U.S., good weather, at least in Texas. And I hope everyone enjoyed the live stream. Like Patrick said, hope everyone has a safe Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to go get some grub. I'm going to let you do your thing, bro, but you're welcome to leave. And I'm going to send the chat out on a little bit of outro music. All right?
All right. Catch
All right,
y'all.
brother.
Peace.
Later, y'all. And then there was one.
Go back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Go back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Go back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Back to where we can we go back to where we started out. Back to where we can we go back?